You're going to have a title page which tells me what you are working on. So I put in sculpting, and I'm going to put in ceramics. Now, ceramics means that I have to work with clay. It's not polymer clay. It's not putty. It's not, what else did I put? Okay, I could do red clay, so ceramics is part of red clay. And then the first part, or the second set, you're going to add a text that has all of these little things that you're interested in. Tell me why you're doing this. I am not worried about spelling. I'm not worried about punctuation. If you have a 405 or you have a IEP, please make sure that you let me help you with it so that it looks decent. You may not need to add periods. Some of them, to get in everything that you need to do, you will need to make sure that you do a collage. And I'm going to show you guys how to do that about third semester or third 9 weeks. So what I've done here is I wrote a little writing here. So I'm going to read this to you. I have always loved to create bear. I have always loved animals and created a bear in its habitat as a shelf decoration when I was younger. My goal this year is to create new animals and their habitats for shelves. I just have not decided what style I would like to do. Do I create an animal in a realistic manner, or do I create a characteristic, cartoony type is what I'm saying. Now you notice I did not add a comma there. That takes away your count. So don't add commas, don't add quotes, nothing, okay? Periods and question marks would be about as the extent of any punctuation, which is really cool, that they advise you not to do. Okay, so now I'm gathering up some information of what I'd like to do, some different animal habitats that I think I'd like to try. And I may introduce the one that I have and that I have done. Let's see if it's copied into the computer like it's supposed to. Okay, so now I've got this to where I can actually put my image in here, and I hit this button here so that I'm able to see the whole image, because that's what I want to be seen. Okay, so now this one is where I'm going to add the bear. Okay, and it is not fully seen as well, so I'm going to open it up. Now, I'm also going to add that I had a problem with it. Able to see the habitat. Okay, now I'm going to put, oops, I know what I'm doing. This is the one I'm looking for. So what I put up here, I put the one facing that way. So I want to put this one in there, bear 2. And then this one, I want to upload bear 3. And then this one. Now what I should have done is, and which I really don't have right now, this is from high school. But if I was in high school and this was my project, I would have had all of the parts together before they were fired. And I think I may. Let's see. This won't let me change it. Replace image. There we go. I want to add just the habitat to that part. Okay. So I'm using the habitat of the bear. So that would be what my title would be. And then I'm going to use bear 1. Right, and this one I'm going to say gray clay, matte, oops, and matte paint. Okay, now this one I'm going to change it to gray clay and gloss paint. Now, the reason I'm doing this is for the simple fact that I could actually take and use these images by copying and pasting them to Pixlr E if I'm on another computer. So I don't lose my images. Side view 1. Side view 2. And front view. Now, if I was doing this for my collage, I would have all of the sides added in here. So now I'm going to write that my bear does not fit the ceramic habitat. Why? I don't know why. And then I may put, did the clay shrink? On the habitat. Okay. And then I'm going to put my problem here was gloss paint does not look good with matte paint. Okay, so you see where I'm going? I'm showing what's happening. And when I do the collage, I can actually add all of those parts together by copying and pasting. So I could have also added on here, maybe I needed to create my bear smaller before firing. Maybe I could create texture on the bear like I did with the habitat. Okay, so you see what I'm going. I'm noticing all of these little flaws and I'm adding them in there. This is what you need to do, is you need to point out your issues and what's going on, what's happening. And what they really would have liked to have seen was the pictures of what happened before I put them together. Okay, so now what's the one thing we have to do? Always publish. Because you will not be able to take it from your regular website. When you start adding these to your classroom, you're going to have to go to the published view site so that it looks like this. And then you can start copying and pasting and adding you could almost do a drag and drop straight from here into there. So it makes it a little easier for you to work with. And then copy and paste these pieces in here that you need. So it's very, very important that you add all of those. And I think this is actually changed, so I'm not going to change it. I'm just going to leave it as a mistake on purpose. All right. So now here, I am going to do another writing. So I'm going to do an insert. And it's going to go at the very bottom. Oh, insert text. Okay, so now this is where I talk about what is going on with my piece, how am I going to fix it. I've got some suggestions already up here. Do I want to redo it? Do I want to redo the whole thing, or do I just want to do the bear? So it's very important that I'm paying attention to every little detail of what I'm working on. And you need to make sure you're doing the same thing, having the front and back of your pieces if you are doing ceramics or 2D. Now, if you're doing drawing and painting, you probably will not have a back piece. Okay, so now I publish, and I'm done. So I would say that this piece right here would not be one of my finals. It looks like a final, but there's a problem. I have this little area right here that is wrong. It is not perfect. But for my 9 weeks, this would be a finished final piece for my first 9 weeks. Okay, this is finished 1, this is finished 2. Okay, because they're done. You can't do anything else to it. So now I have 3 more pieces to do. I can redo these again, and that's okay. So I would have what it looks like before I fired it. And will it fit when I put them in? How much smaller do I need to go? And then what the end result is when I redid it. And then probably use that as my final 5 for my end of the year. So you want to make sure that you're having those pieces done. Now ceramics, those of you in 3D, I think they have a smaller amount because it does take a little longer to do 3D pieces as opposed to 2D in drawing and painting. And so they're not going to require you to have as much. I am not exactly sure as to how many you have to turn in. So I am going to assume that you have to have as much as drawing and painting in 2D. So we'll find out. This is my first year pulling in 3D AP. So we will see at the end of the year. Okay, so good luck, and make sure you're watching your videos. You will have videos to watch that's in the classroom after you've signed up. But this is how I want you to set your website up. Good luck and have a great year.